A big shakeup in the real estate industry. Today, the National Association of Realtors announced a settlement in a lawsuit regarding agent commissions.
70% of real estate agents will lose their job.
As many as 1 million agents could exit real estate.
And now they have a little bit of competition. The American Real Estate Association.
Jason has teamed up with Mauricio Umansky.
To the institutional rot that's happened in an organization that's lost its way.
And the reality is that we should not be looking at replacing the real estate agent. We should be looking at making the real estate agent more efficient.
And better.
There's been a lot of brokers who have tried to build a national MLS.
Correct.
And have failed time and time again.
The culture in our organization is going to be very different.
The free competition causes better results. It creates innovation. It creates better pricing. I think it's really important for us to advocate for real estate agents at regional levels, not so much at federal levels.
We're not looking to replicate, we're looking to do something entirely different.
The National Association of Realtors has been an industry juggernaut for 115 years. It boasts a massive influence with over 1.5 million members, 1,000 local associations under its wing, and an annual revenue of $753 million. For a century, NAR has been the go-to association for realtors, but recently it's been marred by controversies, antitrust lawsuits totaling hundreds of billions in damages, allegations of sexual misconduct from employees, and policies under investigation by the Department of Justice, DOJ. According to a report by Keefe, Briette and Woods, NAR could shed 1 million members in the coming years. Realtors are leaving NAR. But where are they going? Is there even an alternative to the NAR? Two luxury real estate brokers are working to create a new trade association, a direct competition for the NAR. They're calling it the American Real Estate Association, or AREA. Jason Haber and Mauricio Umansky aren't your regular realtors. They're a force to be reckoned with in high-end real estate. Who are they? And will AREA grow to be a NAR competitor? Let's find out.
This video is brought to you by Houzeo, America's most advanced home buying and selling platform. Americans across the nation are saving on commissions with Houzeo.com. You can too. Check out Houzeo.com on the web or the Houzeo mobile app.
Jason Haber is the most important person in real estate who you do not know. He's brought down the who's who of NAR.
Checkmate. But that was only your second move.
In August 2023, when the New York Times published an expose on NAR, Jason Haber was one of the first from the industry to react. The expose brought to light allegations of sexual harassment and a pervasive culture of fear. Haber started a petition to remove CEO Kenny Parcell soon after the article came out. Parcell resigned the next day. On September 18, 2023, Jason announced the NAR Accountability Project and held a day of action with a group of realtors outside NAR headquarters in Chicago. NAR took their protest seriously and asked for a solution. In 2 weeks, Jason rallied over 1,500 agents and drafted a 4-point plan. The group demanded that the NAR allow an independent investigation, remove NAR CEO Bob Goldberg, release non-trade, non-disclosure agreements of all former employees and independent contractors, and appoint a third-party human resources reporting system. The NAR Accountability Project was successful, and many of Haber's demands were met. Haber is a luxury broker who deals with million-dollar properties. But it's his passion for social causes that makes him different. Here's a quick gist about his career. While still in college, Jason worked full-time, serving as a press secretary to a candidate for mayor of Washington, D.C., and later as a communications director to a member of the city council. In 1999, Haber served as an aide to former White House special counsel Lanny Davis during the Clinton impeachment proceedings. Jason's aunt, Toni Haber, is a top producing agent at Compass. She mentored him in real estate. In 2009, after refusing to rent an apartment to Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, Haber co-founded Rubicon Property, the first ever social entrepreneurial real estate brokerage firm. Rubicon was later acquired by Warburg Realty in 2014. In 2021, Haber joined Compass as an associate broker. One of his biggest sales is a Park Avenue, New York City listing that he sold for $70 million.
It was my pleasure to represent the buyer of the largest residential sale.
That too, right after the pandemic. In 2023, he actively got involved with the NAR Accountability Project. This is where Jason Haber met Mauricio Umansky. Umansky needs no introduction. He hobnobs with the who's who of Hollywood, stars in popular Netflix shows, and sells million-dollar listings. Here's a quick gist of his life. Mauricio Umansky's estimated net worth exceeds $100 million. He's married to Kyle Richards.
Ooh, super sexy.
Camille, if someone says to you, is Kelsey going with you to Hawaii? And you say no, and then you hear, who wants you without Kelsey? Then that's delusional.
That is a f***ed up thing to say.
And uncle to Paris Hilton, which certainly got him that celebrity clientele. 2011, he co-founded The Agency, a global billion-dollar luxury real estate brokerage.
So we started the agency with the idea of redefining real estate. I felt that there was a lot of ancient practices in real estate and that there was an opportunity to redefine it, similarly to what Richard Branson did in the airline industry, where he just changed the experience of flying. We're changing the experience of buying and selling real estate.
His portfolio features luxury properties owned by icons like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Prince. In 2016, he helped sell the Playboy Mansion, the first house in LA to surpass the $100 million mark.
It's one of the most expensive properties to be sold in LA. What you get is you get privacy, you get the 5 acres, you get history.
Look at check out all the hand-carved wood.
In 2021, the agency achieved record sales with 4,964 transactions, totaling an impressive $4.8 billion in real estate value. Umansky has accomplished over $60 billion in real estate transactions. In 2023, Umansky was recognized as a global real estate influencer by Inman and ranked number 50 on Swain Pool Power 200's list of the most powerful and influential people in real estate. Umansky has earned millions in commissions. So why fight with the NAR? PLS.com versus NAR. Umansky's fight with the NAR goes back to 2017. In 2017, Mauricio, David Barnes, James Harris, and Christopher Dyson founded the PLS.com, a national home listing site. PLS enabled pocket listings. These are listings not on the MLS. Instead, you could directly market the property to buyers. But the NAR doesn't like pocket listings. They said pocket listings were anti-competitive and lacked transparency. NAR practically killed pocket listings in 2019 by introducing the Clear Cooperation Policy, which requires all listings to be placed on the MLS within 1 business day of being marketed to the public. On April 26, 2022, PLS.com sued NAR, Bright MLS, Midwest Real Estate Data MLS, and California Regional MLS. In January 2024, the PLS reached a settlement in principle with all defendants except NAR. On January 26, 2024, PLS.com dismissed NAR from its lawsuit without prejudice. The company can still refile its claims against NAR later. You can watch our video on this bombshell lawsuit here. The making of Area. Haber and Umansky are like oil and water, yet they have one thing in common: their dissatisfaction with the NAR. Both have been vocal critics of the century-old association.
And then in the fall, I started the NAR Accountability Project, which was the leading force advocating for change within NAR. And then Mauricio and I, we crossed paths and we had all these amazing synergies together.
The reason why I am so passionate about what's happening in the industry, and I have joined forces with Jason Haber in order to start the American Real Estate Association.
Most recently, NAR's $418 million settlement seems to have triggered a bigger reaction from the two. Although the idea for their new association was already in motion since January of this year, the NAR's settlement has seemingly pushed them to fast-track their plans. We need better advocacy. We need better lobbying. We need to make sure we're taken care of. That's Umansky's sentiments about the NAR's sudden decision to settle. Haber shares his agitation, and together they are building the American Real Estate Association. According to Inman, 27% of agents are already considering joining a new trade group. Recently, a large brokerage, R New York, joined Area with their 800 agents. Purpose and vision. Area addresses the desire for choice and change among real estate agents. Jason and Mauricio have already conducted a listening tour. Agents across the country spoke about their hopes and concerns for the industry. More such events are on the horizon. Leadership structure. Unlike NAR, Area will not have a president or vice president. Will a flat hierarchy work? That remains to be seen. Funding and headquarters. Umansky and Haber are currently self-funding the association. They plan to raise between $50 million and $100 million from investors. The organization's headquarters will likely be in Florida or Texas. Membership and dues. Area will not charge membership dues for at least another 6 months. Being a realtor comes with eye-popping membership costs. While the National Association of Realtors, NAR, charges a yearly fee of $156 as of 2024, the true cost is much higher. Realtors typically belong to 3 organizations: NAR, their state association, and their local association. On top, they have to join their local MLS. And some areas can have multiple overlapping MLSs that the agent is forced to join. For example, a Los Angeles realtor would pay $156 to the NAR, $173 to the California Association of Realtors, and $1,236 to their local California regional MLS. That's a total of $1,565 annually. If this agent wanted to join a second California MLS for more exposure to Northern California agents, say MetroList, that'll be an additional $731 annually. Area aims to cut multiple fee requirements and will charge a single annual fee of $400 to $500. That includes access to its national MLS. Listing access. Umansky rebranded his pocketlistingservice.com to the National Listing Service in February of 2022, a single nationwide MLS. How does the NLS differ from local MLSs? The answer is simple. It's a national listing database. You can list a property on it regardless of its location. One NLS and one trade organization supervising it. According to Umansky and Haber, the NLS will accelerate innovation, streamline data, and provide greater exposure to listings. It will also help establish a better connection between sellers and buyers. Listing data will be available to American Real Estate Association members, regardless of the location of the property. It's just been a few months since the seeds of the American Real Estate Association were planted. Only time will tell if Umansky and Haber can deliver on their promises. But can two luxury brokers understand and help the average agent? Will Area be successful? Will you be joining Area? Or will the NAR survive the storm and beat out its competition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.